Are we a little bit close today? I'm doing a little bit of an experiment, and let me know what you think, because I'm sitting on the floor and I feel like I need to get a little bit closer to the camera just so that we can have a little bit more of an intimate feeling. And so I felt like when I was sitting on the bed before, the camera is much further away. And so it just feels like I'm more like presentation style, and it feels a little bit too formal and a little bit less comfortable. And I just wanted to feel a little bit more comfortable. And so this is what I'm trying, but let me know what you think. So today's video is going to be everything I bought from the Sephora sale recently. I only shop at Sephora twice a year, and it's only during the 2 sale days, which is one in April, one in November. And I really don't shop at Sephora in between those days unless I lose something, which I did lose one thing, and I will show that to you. But I also wanted to segue this video into advent calendars. If you have a teenager in your life and you want to make them an advent calendar, or it doesn't have to be a teenager, it could be really anyone. This one, though, I feel like is kind of specific to teenagers, so that's what I'm going to show you. I have a girl and a boy, and I want to show you what I put in there, because you really don't need to spend a lot of money to make an advent calendar and make it feel fancy or special and very customized to the person that you're making it for. So I wanted to show you that, and I hope you get some ideas into maybe making your own advent calendar this year as the holidays are approaching. And I know it's like a fun season. So anyway, let's get started on the Sephora stuff, and then we'll get into the advent calendar. Okay, so a few of these things are gifts, and one of the things that I got is this advent calendar for my niece. It's called the Moving Lights Advent Calendar, and it's the premium one. So in Canadian, I believe it was $119, but then it was 30% off because it's from the Sephora collection. So I don't know if these are still in stock, but my niece is a big makeup and skincare and, you know, Sephora girl. So I thought this was like a really good gift for her, and that I'm not going to open it, obviously, because it's a gift. She's not going to be able to open it as an advent calendar, but it'll be nice to open it like every day in January, especially when it's a little bit more depressing and you have nothing else to look forward to holiday-wise. So this is a fun little gift for her. Okay, so the next few things, I don't know how exciting they're going to be, to be honest, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. Actually, my beautiful friend Carnel from YouTube has a really great makeup channel, and she does amazing tutorials and reviews on different makeup products, high-end, low-end, and she had asked to see what I got from the Sephora sale. So this is for you, Carmel. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, anyway, so one of the things I wanted to get from the sale as just an experiment was this K18 set. So these are 2 sample sets of hair care. Now, I'm not really a hair person, but since I've gone much lighter in my hair color, my hair is like straw. So my hairdresser actually recommended I get the K18 hairline, because she's like, it's gonna make a huge difference to how your hair feels, and just rehydrating it and sort of helping to repair the damage that the coloring has done. So I didn't want to invest in like any kind of big bottle for anything, because I don't know how it's going to perform or if I'm going to like it. So I figured I'd be safer in getting the sample sets. And I have not opened this, but this basically has everything you need, I think. It has a detox shampoo and repair hair mask. It's got damage shield shampoo and conditioner, and then it's got a repair hair oil, which also is a heat protectant. And then I got another sample size. This only has the hair mask and the hair oil. So I got 2. I got like a double. I know there's like repeats in here, but I figured I really want the hair oil, and I especially wanted the hair mask, which is why I bought 2 separate samples. I can't really say how the shampoo and conditioner work because I haven't opened it yet, but yesterday I did try this last night, and this is the hair mask and the hair oil. I used the hair oil once, so I can't really say how that performs because I used it once, and it's more of like a heat protectant, and yes, it does like soften some of the frizz. I used the hair mask last night for the first time, and I didn't use it correctly, so I forgot to read the instructions before I used it, but I don't think I was that far off. So anyway, but I will say that my hair does feel softer. It definitely feels softer and just more movement in my hair, because my hair has become so like, it's become like hay. It's like straw. And so I just feel like I need something that's going to give it more movement, a lot more body and shine. And from the one time I used it, I do feel a difference. I think that's important to note. Like, if you use it the first time, you should feel a difference the first time. And I do. So anyway, I will carry on using these, and then I'm going to see which product I like the most, and then potentially buy the full size. Okay, so going along the lines of gifts again, I got my daughter a Shiseido eyelash curler because she always uses mine. She's not really a makeup person at all, but she started curling her eyelashes sometimes, so I figured I would get her this. And my husband loves the Laneige sunscreen, so I got him a refill of that as a stocking stuffer. By the way, this is a fantastic sunscreen if you are looking for it. It's SPF 50, I believe. Yeah, SPF 50. And it feels like a moisturizer, so you can use it as a moisturizer and a SPF. Speaking of moisturizers, so I am a big facial oil person, and I needed some new facial oils. I usually use a product that I got a long time ago it's like a big bottle of rosehip oil from a totally different brand, not on Sephora. And I wanted to try something different because I didn't really like the smell of it. It's a little bit strong and I don't love the smell. So anyway, I decided to get The Ordinary because they also have a rosehip oil. It's 100% organic, cold pressed rosehip seed oil. And as you know, The Ordinary is very affordable, so I wanted to get that. And the smell is not nearly as strong. There's definitely a little bit of a scent. Yeah, there's definitely a little hint of a scent, but it's not like a strong smell, so I like that better. I only got this stuff delivered just a few days ago, so I haven't had a chance to use everything thoroughly. I did get this. I have used it, and I love rosehip oil. I find it really hydrating, and I'm a big, as I said, facial oil person. I use facial oil morning and night. I also wanted to try a different kind of facial oil. This one is by Drunk Elephant, and I have used this every day since I've gotten it. This is the Drunk Elephant Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil, and this is 100% marula pure oil. This is a really, really nice oil. You can use it day and night, and I actually use this during the day, sometimes at night too. But my plan is that I'm going to use this during the day because it's a light oil, but it's not greasy feeling. It really hydrates your skin, and it really I don't know how else to explain it except that when you apply it, it really feels like your skin drank a ton of water, and it just feels like there's a bounce to your skin, and I really like that, and it's not greasy feeling. The rosehip oil is a little bit greasier, but that's why I put it on at night. This is going to be my day oil. By the way, but this isn't terribly greasy. I would say this absorbs in your face too. Both of these are really high in antioxidants, as I understand, so that's really good for your skin. But again, I really like the way that makes my skin feel, and it's just another layer of hydration. So what I normally do is I put the oil on, and then I put a moisturizer on, and then I put my SPF on. Same with the rosehip oil. I put this on first, and then I seal it in with my regular evening moisturizer. My regular evening moisturizer is this Origins High Potency Night of Mints. I also got a refill of this because I don't think my other jar is going to last me until April. I wouldn't say it's super light or super heavy. It's very medium weight in terms of hydration and sort of the texture. I like the way it smells too. To me, it smells very gingery, and I love that smell. So there's a freshness to it. So I will layer this on top of my rosehip oil moisturizer at night, and I really enjoy that. As far as makeup goes, I always use Stila, is that how you say it? Stay All Day a wet liner, and it gives me the precision, control, and opacity that I need for an eyeliner. I cannot live without an eyeliner, and this is the only eyeliner I use. I will not use anything else. I've used this for probably over 10 years, and this is my go-to eyeliner. This is from MAC. This is my color C4. It's the, what is this called? It's a pressed foundation, I think, but I have used this Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation. I use color C4. I have been using this probably since my early 20s, mid-20s, so a long time, okay? 20 years. I use this on days that I don't want to wear any makeup really, and I just want to put a little on just to sort of even out my skin tone. Or if I need heavier coverage, then I'll put my normal foundation on, and then I'll just kind of tap it in a little bit just to sort of make sure I have like a lot of acne scars and textured skin, so this gives me extra coverage when I need it, or it gives me just a little bit of coverage if I just don't want to wear anything else except for this. Editing Sharon here. I just wanted to mention that I do not have good skin, and I went into my camera setting just now after I filmed, because I've never touched my camera setting options except for once when I first got the camera to set it up, and I never went into it again because I don't know how to use my camera properly. So I did go into it to see what kind of setting I'm on, and there is a skin softening effect on my camera. There's a low, medium, and high option for skin softening effect, and I have it on the lowest option. So I just want to be honest with you on that, because while I know I'm not like a makeup guru person or like showing befores and afters and being very inauthentic about that, I still wanted to be very honest in saying that I don't have good skin, and so I don't want to come off here pretending I have like great skin, because I have received comments on that, and I did need to check my camera settings to see what it was on, and it is on the low soft skin softening setting. So I want to be honest with you about that, because my skin is something I'm very self-conscious about. I've got a lot of acne scars. I still have like regular breakouts too. It is getting better, but it is something I'm very self-conscious on, and I've got a lot of sunspots too. I do wear high coverage foundation by IT Cosmetics, and it does have, a lot of coverage on it. So, I need that. But I just want to let you know, because I'm very self-conscious of my skin, and I just want to put that out there. The last thing I got was this Dior Backstage eyeshadow palette. So a long time ago, I would say in my 20s, I used to wear a lot of like purple-ish eyeshadow, and I stopped using it because I felt like it was too cool tone for me. And I started going into more like the browns and neutrals, and I've been wearing that ever since. And then I've been paying extra attention to, particularly on TV or on like celebrities, and I've noticed that like their neutral makeup is purple, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me go back to purple and try it again. So anyway, I wanted to try this palette. So when it comes to eyeshadow, I am like a real eyeshadow junkie. I really love eyeshadows, and I love playing with eyeshadows because I feel like that's the funnest way to change up your look. So I bought this, and I'm wearing it today. So I don't know if I look like a clown or if I don't know. Sometimes I really struggle with eyeshadow as much as I love it, but I really, really loved this whole color story, as they call it. I'm not a makeup guru. So I'm trying my best here. So I really like this palette because I felt like it was really versatile and still neutral, but in a fun way. So this is kind of how I did my purple eyeshadow. I don't know if it's too much. I don't know if I applied it right, but I'm trying. It's all trial and error, and so that's what I got from the Sephora sale, and I'll link everything below. I don't know if the sale is going to be on still by the time I post this video. Okay, so now let's talk about advent calendars. I really like making my own advent calendars. That's what I usually do most years. And so this year, because my kids are older, I felt like I wanted to kind of up my game a little bit just to make things a little bit more interesting. Plus, it's more fun for me to put them together. So I have a younger boy who is 14 and then a daughter who is 16. So my son always gets this advent calendar. I've had this from Target for 13 years maybe, I can't remember. This has been a really long time. And they're just little doors here. So there are little doors here where you put in the little treats. And so you are limited into what you can actually fit in here because they're really small doors, but that's fine. It's just an advent calendar and it's just so cute and so like rustic looking. And this is like, see, this is what I would call like a family heirloom where you can just pass down this from generation to generation because it's just such a beautiful holiday piece and it's very traditional, and my kids are always going to have memories about this advent calendar. And my daughter has a different advent calendar, and this is also very inexpensive, but this is probably 4 years old, and I got this from HomeSense, and this is a little bit different because it's bigger, but it's made of cardboard, so it's not like made of wood like the other one is. This is by the brand Real Simple. You know how they have the magazine, and you have these little drawers that are this big to just pop into each slot, and it looks like a house, so it's kind of the same vibes. It is cardboard, but it's a really thick, hardy cardboard, and again, I've had it for like 4 years and it doesn't look like it's been used at all. So this, I suspect, will last me for a super long time too, and that's also why I keep the packaging to when I'm not using it during the rest of the year. I just put it away nicely and it doesn't get dusty and damaged. What are we going to put into these advent calendars? And I feel like this is a really fun idea, and you can make it as expensive or inexpensive as you want. This, as I said, is for my son. He wanted a money advent calendar, and so I'm like, okay, so we're gonna make it fun, and we are going to vary the denomination of how much money I'm putting in. Obviously, I'm not putting in like $100 bills in here or not even $10 bills, okay? So I have to go around my house and I'm looking for change. Our currency, we have a loonie and a toonie. A loonie is $1, a toonie is $2, and they're just coins like that. So I'm not putting in a loonie and toonie in each thing because that can get expensive, and it's also a little too predictable, and you kind of lose sight of like, then you're just opening up each door and you're like, oh great, you kind of lose its appreciation. So you got to keep him on his toes. So every once in a while, I'm going to be putting in a quarter. I'm also, you know, alternating with like a little Kit Kat bar on, I think, day number 5. No, I don't know which day I'm gonna put it in, but I'm gonna put in a $5 bill just to have a little surprise. And because he's gonna get like a loonie, and then he's gonna get a chocolate bar on another day, and then he might get a quarter, then he might be lucky and get a toonie, and then another chocolate bar, and then one day he's gonna open the door and he's gonna be like, oh my God, I got a $5 bill. So that'll be exciting. And then for the 25th day, I'm debating, well, I put in like 3 chocolates, so that's just leftover like Halloween candy, but I might also put in like a $10 or $20 bill in there, or I might put in like a $15 Subway gift card because he loves Subway. So I might do that for the last day. That is a good idea potentially for your teenager. And again, just vary up the denomination. You got to keep them on their toes, and you've got to kind of break it up a bit so that they don't expect money all the time and then take it for granted. The second advent calendar for a teenage girl. So my daughter is, as I said, 16, Sharon, and she's not really into makeup, but she is into skincare. Luckily, she has great skin. So I wanted to do something a little bit more fun and again, keep it very inexpensive. One of the fun things from an advent calendar, especially from like Sephora or Jo Malone or any of the department store ones that are super expensive, is that you get product every day. I do find that to be kind of inundating and overwhelming because often you don't use them all, or you don't need them, or you don't like them, or whatever. So this is a very curated and cheap way of doing an advent calendar because, so I collect samples all the time because they're so good for traveling. So I have tons of samples. And by that, I mean like these kinds of samples, like little packets of like moisturizer, of SPF or whatever. You also have like these kinds of things. Like I just have them in my drawer. I don't want to fill up everything with skincare samples because they just become like clutter in her bathroom drawer, and she's not going to use them all, nor does she need them all. So I wanted to keep it very curated. I have a Laneige lip mask that I bought from a long time ago, I think last year. And so it's never been used, and I had that laying around. I need my glasses to see what I have here. So this is a probiotic skin supplement serum to balance and hydrate. So I have one of these that I'm going to give her. I have an Aesop Mandarin Facial Hydrating Cream I'm going to add in here. I also have a Jo Malone sample perfume, and I know she loves this scent, which is Nectarine Blossom and Honey. So I'll take it out of this little cardboard and I'm going to pop it in here. I also have, when I placed this last Sephora order, you can pick a couple of samples out. So one of the samples I got was the Origins Checks and Balances Frothy Face Wash, which is a good little travel size. So I'll definitely be putting that in here, and that fits for sure because I already tested it. Does fit, please fit. Okay, I'm gonna make it fit, okay? I'm gonna make it fit. This is a Advanced Brightening Sleeping Facial. So this is like a nighttime moisturizer from Korres, which I think is clean beauty too. So I'll put this in here, and that fits. This is a sample that I have of Laneige Sleeping Mask. So that's like a night moisturizer that she can use. I only have like 7 or 8 skincare samples, and the rest, and I'm going to like kind of scatter it so it's a little bit less predictable. But then I have a little tiny thing of XL mints, so I can put that in here as well. So one of the things that I really like doing and making sure I remind my kids about for the Christmas season is that it's not just about gifts, as fun as that is. It's about obviously Christ's birthday. It's also about tradition, you know, just friends, family, memories, that sort of thing. So what I like to do is not just fill these things with samples of products and money or chocolates, but I also put in little notes. So like one of the things that I put on a little Hello Kitty paper is some of my favorite memories or qualities about them. So one of them I wrote for actually this is for my son. One of my favorite qualities about you is your willingness to help others and your funny sense of humor. Love you so much. So this is like a little note that I'm going to put into my son's advent calendar. And then like for my daughter, one of the things I appreciate about you is I'm always so impressed with your sense of independence and responsibility. I love the trust we have built together. So it's just like affirmations too that I feel like kind of reaffirm the things that I really love about them, that I want to remind them about, that I appreciate. So I know that's a little bit cheesy, but I really think that's important to kind of emphasize around the holidays. And so that's one of the things that I will slip in here. I also have another one of my favorite things about you is your easygoing nature. You're so sweet and thoughtful. Love how you talk about music, culture, and food, amongst other things, like just those sorts of things that I really want to reaffirm. So the last day for her, number 24, 24 right here. So number 24 is going to be, because they're all, you know, the same size, I wanted to do something special for her. So I put in a little note that says, redeem for gift number 24. So it'll be just a little coupon. She opens it, she gets this. Where is it? Oh my gosh, where'd it go? Hello. Wait a minute. Oh, here it is. Okay. One of the things that she has been doing is also tweezing her eyebrows, and she always uses my tweezer. So her 24th day, she gets to redeem Revlon eyebrow tweezers. Oh, and also, this is like very nostalgic for me, Andy's chocolates. So I'm also going to be dispersing some of these chocolates into her calendar. And so it'll be a mix of Andy's chocolates, you know, some product, a mix of some love notes and affirmations and appreciation notes. And then, of course, the last day she will redeem it for her big Advent gift, which is a pair of tweezers. So I feel like this is a really fun and customized way of making an Advent calendar. It's also super affordable because I didn't buy any of these samples. These are all things that I've just kind of collected and accumulated from receiving free samples. Very customizable, but again, keeping into the spirit of fun and festive and really still remaining true to the traditions and meaning of Christmas, which for me is very important when we're putting these things together. So let me know what you think about these. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that I gave you some ideas on maybe making your own Advent calendar instead of buying one this year. I don't know, this is like one of those fun things to do for the holidays, and I sincerely hope you have a wonderful holiday season. I hope that you get to spend it with your loved ones and that you really enjoy and soak up the days leading up to Christmas, because it does go fast. If you enjoyed this video, then I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching and being here. And if you wanted to watch any of my other videos, you can do that here, and I will see you next time.